Pandas, pandas, pandas. Going on, my pandas. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad that you guys can join us. We just finished the pre-market show. Always have a great time there. Hope everyone's amazing. I hope everyone had an amazing weekend. And guess what, pandas? TGIM. Thank God it's Monday. We are back here streaming every single day, live with you guys, trading the E-mini every single day. Day trading, scalping, swing trading. We got it all here. Trading only one single setup, the two-legged pullback. If you are interested in joining the pre-market show, you guys can become pandas and you have access to it. And yeah, we go over all my off-stream trades, go over all my account balances, and you know, I really don't hide much when it comes to the pre-market show. I show it all, and you know, it's helpful for me to do that with pandas just because I did do this without the memberships, and you just get too many toxic people, and it's just too vulnerable. You're just too vulnerable in front of too many toxic people, and for me, like, it was just not. I was not having fun, and but with the pandas, you know, sharing, you know, things with pandas who support me, like, I love it. I absolutely love it. I love the pre-market show. It's probably one of the things I look forward to the most. So, and it's obviously a smaller group, and you know, can answer questions and be a little more detailed in certain things, because when we're on the mainstream, it's just, you know, we're just reading the charts. We're like focusing up. Make sure you guys fill out that poll. Let me know what kind of day you think it might be today. A lot of you guys think it'll be trading range day today. Let's say good morning to a couple of my pandas here. Day trading like a predator. Good morning, Cody M. Good morning. Is this the one for members? No, this is not. This is the mainstream. If you want to know which one's for the members only, you can go to the members tab and you'll be accessible there. Also, you can look at the title of the stream. The title of the stream would be pre-market show. That's for the members. Keto looks like we might start up trending or trading range. Good morning, guys. Hassan Marabi and Rothable. Good morning, Speedy Boy. Good morning, welcome back. Wayne Bicknell from Georgia Mountains. Let's go, baby. Diego, welcome back. Kevin Mack, welcome back. Derek Drieger, Bernadette, good morning, pandas. Glad you guys can join us here. Kind of like a reversal pattern here, very interesting. Overnight session, I mean, it's been very choppy. Overnight session has just been, I would say, it's underneath yesterday's low for the majority of it. But you know, if I were to give this a market cycle, probably trading range, in my opinion. And that would have prevented you from going long here because you're thinking your trading range. And now, you know, how many times have I missed trades like this where it actually does break out and I just skip it because of this exact situation, it coming back down into our trading range. Sack of Clams, good morning. Carl Herman, good morning. From Asheville, North Carolina. Getting choppy here. Looking at a daily chart. Whoo, boy. I mean, Friday. Man, oh man. I mentioned on the stream, if we could break this low here, then we were in for a ride. And once that low was broken, even on stream, I had just an order just right at this low, and you know, it kind of like wiggled around there, but at the end, once we broke that low, there was basically nothing holding this market back from crashing down, because the typical thing that happens after H4 is we get a nice reversal, a new high. You know, that's what we're expecting. But if we break this low, this two pushes up is no longer valid, right? There's no two pushes up anymore. The counts reset and we just crash down. And if anything, now I'm looking for two pushes down. I'm looking for something like this. And we're probably gonna break this low here. Like this most recent low, we're most likely gonna break through it, and it's probably gonna happen in two-legged fashion. And that's a daily chart. But with that being said, we could be in the, you know, in that leg where we have that pullback, which could create a doji bar and then maybe a pullback and then a second push down. But otherwise, man, oh man. Pineapple Lim says, good evening from Singapore. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, make sure you guys fill out that poll. Most of you guys think it's a trading range. So if I had to make a prediction, I would say some sort of doji day today, like a pause bar after a huge push down, right? Bear bar ending near its low, and actually some follow through. But we're coming back up, and I'm thinking maybe doji bar today, and that could bring a small pullback or continuation, and that's what I'm thinking here. But regardless, in this bigger picture, bearish, trying to make it that new low, in my opinion. Big trading range right now on the daily time frame. It's 10K chart, not giving us much information here. Five-minute chart, let's take a look. We do have a two-leggy forming on the 5-minute. For me, I mean, there's a pinch between the 240 SMA and the 20 EMA, and also yesterday's close, or Friday's close, Friday's low, right next to each other. Kind of just trading between there. So with that being said, Pandas, I have no idea what's happening. I think today might be a tricky day. Let's just say that. I don't know if we're going to have a trend day today, and if we do have a trend, it could reverse, trend the other way very strongly. And I'm just unsure what kind of day we're going to have today, to be honest. So my opinion, stay vigilant, and let every candle tell you more information. Don't be too eager to enter a trade. I think when you have a lot of overlapping bars like this, when you have outside bar reversals, when you have big wicks, if that's happening, you have to consider the market in the higher time frames when that happens, because the market's fractal. And so when you see what happens on the smaller time frames affects the higher time frames, and you'll see similar patterns happen on the higher time frames. And so why I'm saying that is, if we're choppy in this time frame, most likely in the higher time frames we're going to be choppy as well. And so I'm not expecting strong trends, but this is all kind of pre-market stuff. Right, when the regular trading hits, I want to see the price action. Maybe we're going to start trending. I don't know. But this stuff, at least in the overnight session, has been very choppy, very trading range. And so maybe we might break out now. But with that being said, I'm going to try to read the price action to the best of my ability. Obviously, I want to make some bamboo today. But I'm just saying today might be tricky. And I really want to warn you guys, if it's a tricky day, these are the days that blow accounts. These are the days, so be aware, right? These are the days that really hurt people. And so I just want you to be aware of that. I just made the super signal a little bigger so you guys can see the tick count and the numbers here. You can see the upcoming push is a second entry long. If it's below the 20 MA, not interested. It'll be 4 pushes down if it does reverse here, creating H4. Confusing already in my opinion. Market just opened, Pandas. Let's go, baby. Hey, TGIM, thank God it's Monday. We're back to trading, and we are ready to rock and roll here. Ready to get that bamboo. Fairly strong push down. Outside bar reversal. I already knew we were gonna get outside bar reversals. We had an outside bar reversal here already, creating uncertainty in the market. Outside bar reversal, no follow through currently. We make it follow through. We got some follow through here. Who knows how far this is push down, right? With already an outside bar reversal, you're already getting choppiness. The market just opened, so this volatility kind of played itself out. It is an H4, which means 4 pushes down. easily seen by the indicator here. 4 pushes down, big push down here. Higher time frames. We are in a trading range on the 10K chart. We may come back down here, we may not. I don't know. I really don't know. Big push down, but I would say be careful today, pandas, because you gotta look to the left of the chart. When you look to the left of the chart, when you have a big push down here, when you have all of this price action to the left of this chart with all this choppiness, I'm not sure if this necessarily means we're gonna just be on a further downtrend. We could just be caught up in all of this chop here and might come back up. I don't know, pandas. I don't know. I just know that right now there's no setup for me personally, but with that being said, I don't know if I want to continue this trend to keep pushing down. Just really don't know. Yeah, I mean, looking at this price action here, it's kind of hard to think that we're going to just start trending when we go right back into it, even though with a strong push down. So I'm not going to trust any trends today. I just really, I don't you know, I think I've just been doing this too long. I just feel like it's not going to be, at least I want, if it's going to be trending, I want 100% clear evidence it is. That's like way below, if it pushes down way below, multiple pushes down. If it starts doing that, strong bear bars. We could have a two-leggy here. Nope, it's a counter reset here. Big push down. I put a new poll up. I wanted to see how you guys felt like you traded last week. And, you know, if I were to put a number down, my trading last week, I would say probably 7 to 9. I felt really good trading last week. And it's been a while since I felt that, because the last couple weeks, the price action just for me was not it. But last week, I felt like it was, you know, with the strong volatility, it was just nice to be able to trade. And it had some good swing trades, and it just was good price action, you know, for me. And also, I was trading small, and I loved it. I love trading small. You guys don't understand how nice it is when you trade like one contract on a $300,000 account. I cannot tell you how stress-free that feels. And like, I'm flying when it comes to one contract. I'm willing to do things, like obvious things that I would be too scared to do before, when I was trading like up to like 4 contracts. And so, you know, trading one contract, you know, I just fly. I'm like flying. And so, yeah, trading small, right, just means that you necessarily won't make like, I mean, you could have a nice swing trade, but, you know, for me, like, I could care less if I'm making like $200 to $300, you know, and that's all I make because of the amount of accounts I have. And so for me, one contract trading is suitable, and I really enjoy just trading one contract. Some of you guys like to trade like, you know, I don't know, 4 or 5 contracts, 6 contracts. I see Thomas Wade trading 6 contracts. I mean, at the end, I'm trading way more than one contract, but for me, like what it feels like I'm just trading one contract. So I love that feeling. Jaden says, I'm so scared to trade today. I'm just trading one contract. So even though we had this huge push down, I mean, there's no way I could have entered this trade thinking we're going to bounce up like this, counter trend trade like that. But even with this huge push down, with this really strong pullback here, But on all accounts for me, this is just, you know, it'll be like a break of trend. Depends how you want to draw your trend line, but for me, it was more like a kind of like a spike and channel looking type thing here. Could break a trend to new low, could have a reversal trade here. I'm not sure. Tricky, right? Outside bar reversal here. Not outside bar reversal, it's just an outside bar. Strong push up now. Almost recovering this entire push down in just 2 legs up here. So this is what I'm saying. It could be confusing. Right now, are we in downtrend or uptrend? Like, what would you say, pandas? You know, it's hard to say. It's hard to be clear on like which way you're in trend, especially when you look to the left of the chart. The reason why it's difficult is because you're just in the middle of all this. Like, if we're clearly beneath this and we're like saying, okay, downtrend, or we're clearly above it, okay, uptrend, but we're in the middle of all this. So it's just hard to say. Are we in an uptrend or downtrend right now? You know, is this a pullback, right? 2-legged pullback, just 2 legs up, and from this downtrend, or are we reversing, and are we just in an uptrend now? We do have a trap trade to the long side, but it's looks like it might be an outside bar reversal, which I'm not interested in. Okay, trap's gone. Just watching. No setups for me. Not yet, at least. Some people could go long here, but I'm going to trust the trading range indicator and saying that we might be choppy here. We might come back down. We might look for a new low. I don't know. Some people will go long here, in my opinion. To me, it's a little too choppy, right? We got doji bar here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 5 overlapping bars in a row. I'm skipping this fail second entry short. Skipping it. Second short is failing, and now we might get a strong push down. Who knows? It's too overlapping. I don't know what's gonna happen. Sitting my pause. A little bit of follow through, right? All right. So now those who went long here, right? Those who took this reversal trade, like this is a reversal trade, and this is also a reversal trade. It shoots right back down. Amazing. It's a little too confusing for me. All right, someone needs to tell me, is Trades by Matt on vacation? I have almost 200 viewers, and not that I'm surprised. I usually get around 200 viewers, but not this early. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. You know, we got to give a home to those who, you know, who watch Trades by Matt, but if he's on vacation, we got to give a home to those people. You know, we got to get their fix. They got to get their fix. They gotta get their futures fixed. Just confusing. Just don't know what's gonna happen. There's no way I was gonna go short here just for no reason. It's not wise, in my opinion. Yeah, that explains it. Hey, pandas, viewers, Trades by Matt. Yeah, I thought he was on vacation. Oh no. Well, thoughts and prayers to him. Hope he gets better. I know he has a family now, so I, hope he gets better quick. Trades by Matt. If you're sick, you're not streaming, join this stream. Give us a nice hello here. Could get a decent push up here. Looking for kind of like a break a trend to new high, maybe. I actually really want to go short here. I really want to go short here. Thinking come back to the bottom's trading range. I'm like now not wanting to go short here. It's confusing. Like today's confusing. I can already tell you. I can already tell. Like when I saw this, like I can already tell today's gonna be confusing. That's just weird. That's just weird. Oh no. I don't know why. I don't know why I cannot get rid of these alerts. Scalp that like button. We ended up getting a push up, but imagine if you were in this trade long and it does this to you and you're thinking, okay, panic, I'm just gonna sell, and it actually ends up coming back up to like fill your scalp for 2 points. That's like when you see price action like this, and just imagine being that trader that went long here and that happening, and then actually coming up, like how angry you'd be. And just like imagine how many like tilted traders are already here right now. I'm just like, we're just sitting on our pause and waiting for all the tilted traders to get out of this market because they're just trading like crazy. I don't want the dino. Don't be jealous. It's like some remnant of, like, I must have some sort of alert with like Streamlabs or something, and I used to use Streamlabs, and I think it's just like a remnant of it. I gotta get rid of it. Unsub and sub. All right. If you guys want the dino, unsub and sub. Okay, I regret saying that. Do not do that. Do not unsub and sub. We can have like 100 notifications happening. I do not want that. Yeah, we gotta call in the spirit of Michael Chin. What's going on here, pandas? I have no idea. This is complete choppiness, complete uncertainty, just no idea. I'm thinking we're coming back to the bottom of the trading range. I mean, the trading range indicator on days like this, it's spot on. It's almost indescribable how accurate the trading range indicator is in these choppy markets. Like you can see it literally probably just like touch this and bounce off of it. Like I could probably put a limit order here and be okay. Choppy, just unsure what's happening. Just letting this happen, and like I mentioned, it's because of daily chart. I really think we might have a doji day today, right? It's too strong, pushes down, the market's waiting. Are we gonna follow through? We're gonna have a small pullback. We don't know. And that usually often creates these doji bars on the daily chart. And after the doji bars created, then traders have like a marker to use to enter the market again or to come with a pullback. The doji bar is nice when it's a strong trend because it creates a pause and it kind of gives confirmation if you break through the doji bar, which way the market's gonna go. So I gotta just put a limit order here. Thanks for subscribing, guys. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for subscribing. Like, I almost don't want you to subscribe because this is gonna get annoying. I'll just say that right now. We made a new low. Already made a new low here. I almost don't want to say it, but it's like I want you to subscribe, but I don't want you to subscribe because I have these annoying notifications I can't get rid of right now. It must be something. I have to look at it. I have to figure out what's going on. We made a new low. A trade here a setup that we can look for here is a higher low setup. So I cannot take this one. I would have to take the next one up, higher low setup, and that would be a decent trade to take in my opinion. Some people will go short here, but in my opinion, I don't know if we're in the right market cycle to bank on these breakouts. Creating an outside bar reversal, potentially. If it does break below this candle, it's an outside bar reversal. Okay, no outside bar reversal. If we break below here, some traders are going to bank on the fact we might end up breakdown, but in my opinion, the market cycle we're in is in a trading range market cycle. And so I'm not going to bank on this breakout. Like typically I would take this setup, but because when I look to the left of the chart, this is what I see. I would take a failed trap here. If this comes back up, I actually would be more enticed to go long here, because you have a failed trap now. It does make a point. I look for a higher low setup here. Looking for something to come with. I'm looking for a lot of reversals basically. Right, we already made breakup trend to new low, that new low. Right, you can also look at it like this: breakup trend to new low. So we're looking for a reversal here. Hey man, thanks for subscribing. Thanks, buddy. That notification is so annoying. Thanks, pal. Thanks, Side Wayne. Appreciate your sub. Make sure you like the video. Oh my goodness. This is gonna be annoying, huh? You guys are just doing this. You guys probably not even really wanting to subscribe. Just doing to get the notification up. Could get 4 pushes down here, creating an H4. I'm looking for a push. I'm looking for a reversal here. But notice on the higher time frames, pandas, we have not yet hit the bottom of the trading range, and so this could be a clear target for the market to hit the bottom of the trading range on the 10,000 tick chart. By the way, if you don't know what time frame I'm using, look at the top left of your screen. You can see what time frame I'm on. So this is a 10,000 tick chart. Right here, it's a 5-minute. Also trading range on the 5-minute chart. May come back to the bottom of it. The 2,000 tick chart. We got an H4 set up here. I almost want to go long here. Almost want to go long here, but I would like a higher low setup first. Yeah, well, I think my charts are correct. If my charts are different than yours, let me know. I think my charts are correct. It should be. I reloaded them.
$10,000 tick trap.
Choppy. Not interested in this kind of market right now. Very confusing. Very confusing. Could create a second entry short here, but inside chop, I don't know if I want to take it. If you want to know what H4 is, Jenny Hoyos, you can go to the frequently asked questions link in the description, and there is a answer to what H4s are. H4 L4 setups. Confusing, tricky market. Outside bar on the 10,000 tick chart, right? So outside bar. Got the higher low setup, big push up. I'd rather wait for the trap trade. If that was a second entry higher low, maybe more interested. But here's that big reversal we were waiting for. The higher low setup. Fortunately, yeah, I don't know. I wanted the trap trade instead. Maybe a little too conservative there. The higher low setup was a decent setup to take, especially when we're looking for the H4 bottom of the trading range. The reason why I want to wait for the more reliable setup is because we're so close to the bottom of the trading range on the higher time frames. I thought we were gonna come down and just hit it, and if that were the case, right, we would actually reverse here and make one more low here, and so I just was not sure. I was just not sure. We could have a trap trade here. Duncan Cotton says, I caught that rip with 3 contracts. Let's go, baby. Making that bamboo. I'm such a sucker for this. If there's a trap trade here, I am such a sucker for these setups. Inside bar. If it gives me a trap trade, I might go long. Currently creating a double top. It's a big push up, right? Inside bar. Inside, OII, outside, up, right? Breakout mode. Basically a small little triangle. If you look on a smaller time frame, this is a triangle, and it's just continuation of that, the original trend, right? Breakout, triangle, breakout, basically bull flag, whatever you want to call it. Price action just means basically strong push up, most likely follow through, pause, follow through. No setup though along this entire way. I was looking for the trap trade. I was looking for a setup, but like I mentioned, you know, the trading range indicator on choppy days, it's a thing of beauty. It is truly a thing of beauty. I mean, coming from the bottom back to the top. It's the only indicator that uses actual price action to identify trading ranges. It doesn't use like momentum. It doesn't use like, you know, some like lagged information. It actually uses the price action on the chart to mark these. Only indicator I know on the market that does that. Yeah, I was thinking about going long here, but I had a better setup. I really wanted this one. Really wanted a second entry short, and then trap trade. That would have been the most beautiful setup. Outside bar reversal, like I mentioned today, it's gonna be difficult. I mean, these outside bar reversals just show us how hard it's gonna be. And that being said, pandas, I'm just saying, be on guard, right? Don't be so, you know, quick to jump into trends. Just be skeptical of everything today. Everything's sus today. $215 viewers, only 70 likes. You guys can do better than that. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. Oh, yeah, outside bar reversal, lower high, second entry short, maybe second entry long here. Getting a little choppy though. The outside bar reversal, unsure. That's a good signal bar, but it's choppy here. Ooh. I'm glad I didn't enter that trade, but that was a good signal bar to go long, and it's actually reversing here. Outside bar reversal, another outside bar reversal, so it pushes down strongly. Maybe now coming to the bottom of the trading range on the higher time frames, something that we were waiting for. But like I mentioned, it's just all too confusing. Almost entered that long. I'm glad I didn't. I was hesitant because I was thinking, man, like every trend is gonna fail. So. Boy, trap trade to the short side. Very confusing, right? Two outside bars in a row. I'm just saying, pandas, like almost do everything opposite what you typically would do today. I've done this long enough where I realize, like, when it gets choppy like this, most of the day I probably sit on my pause, and every once in a while you're gonna get like this breakout trend happening, and it's gonna do consolidation again. And that's just kind of like, that's just the character of choppy days. That's just what happens. And some of you guys already made your bamboo, which is nice. The higher time frame still waiting to hit the bottom of the trading range, potentially 5 minute as well. Actually comes all the way back up, almost touches the top of it again, and trying to come back to the bottom of it. Trading range indicator. Is the music a little too loud? Is the music even on? No, let's turn it off. It is literally at the lowest it can be. All right, so the higher time frames, we're coming back to the bottom of the trading range. The 5 minute coming back to the bottom of the trading range. Hits the bottom of the trading range in the higher time frames. How tricky is this price action? How tricky was that? Now, in my mind, I actually want to find a reversal here. I actually want to look long, right? The fact that we actually hit the bottom trading range now on the higher time frames now makes me like a little more eager to go long here, thinking for a reversal. Basically just hitting the bottom of all these candles here. Just reverses violently. No setup. Like, I'm not going to go long there, though. Maybe a higher low setup again. Kind of like this higher low setup. We might get another higher low setup. This one might be a second entry. higher low long, which I'd be interested in. Like my gears have switched to go long now. I'm thinking reversal here. But I need a setup. Right now it's a micro double bottom. Not good enough for me. I need it to break below here to create that pullback so I get the second entry long. Micro triple bottom. I think it's gonna hit it. I think it's gonna create that pullback here. Higher low setup. I'm actually interested in going long here, pandas. It's been my first trade of the day. I want a semi-decent signal bar. Okay, that is not a semi-decent signal bar. I feel like we're at the bottom of the trading range, so I'm looking to go long now. I'm looking for reversal in this spot. But right now, what it looks like it might create is a second entry short. Continuing this downtrend could possibly be. Still looking for some sort of reversal sign here. Pushes down a little bit further. Right, actually breaks this low here. Just waiting, sitting on my pause here. I'm not banking on any breakouts right now. I'm looking for reversals. I need a higher low setup. Right, bottom of the trading range. I need a higher low setup. We're beneath the 20 MA though, so it can kind of show signs of bearishness here. Right, and we could have a failed breakdown. Right, the higher time frame might have a failed breakdown and come back up. You know, very possible that could happen here. Happens all the time. In fact, probably 80% of the time it will happen. We are breaking down that trading range on the higher time frames, but we can come right back up into it. Here, I'll be looking for, right, break a trend new low. I'll be looking for a reversal here. And the reason why I'm looking for so many reversals is because I feel like the market cycle we're in, especially with all these outside bar reversals here, is we're simply in a, so we're making brand new lows, breaking the overnight lows. I'm thinking the market cycle we're in is a trading range. But I could be wrong, but I would have to take a chance on a higher low setup. That's the only setup I'd be willing to take here. Or even a failed second entry short, something like this. I need some reversal setup. I can't just take it blindly on this first one, especially if I think it's, you know, who knows? Because this could break down. This could be a real breakdown. Marco, thanks, man. Thanks, dude. Thanks for becoming a subscriber. Make sure you scalp that like button. Oh boy, I gotta change these alerts. Daily chart maybe have continuation of this downtrend, and if we're just like the floodgates kind of have open type situation, then maybe strong bear bars on the higher time frame ending near the lows. The higher time frames, notice, right, the trading range is still valid, right? Strong bear bar ending on its low, no follow through. We need follow through on that, and a lot of traders probably sold at the bottom of that strong bear bar. Also on the 5-minute strong bear bar, probably just sold at the close of that bar. But I think maybe those traders failed to recognize we might be in a trading range market cycle, and they're trying to bank on breakouts here. I could be wrong, you know, I've been wrong before, but I'm just hesitant on banking on any breakouts here. Really hesitant on that. Higher low setup here. Big Dude House says all these new followers about to turn you into an alcoholic. Hey, we'll see. The next whiskey goal is 300 likes, and we haven't even got close to 300 likes. We've gotten to 250 before, but 300 likes, we just have not gotten there. Higher low setup does trigger here. So second entry short, too far away from 20 MA. Not looking to go short here. In fact, if this fails, right, if this does trigger and reverses, I actually will go long. I'll actually look to go long here. And it's beneath the 20 MA, and it looks like a downtrend, but I do feel like we are in the market cycle of a trading range. And so a lot of traders probably going short here. They were able to scalp out, at least. Strong bear bar ending near its low. Probably some follow through now. But too far away from 20 MA. Like, that's not a trade I can confidently take even on a downtrend. It is a Pikachu trade though. I mean, it looks downtrendy now. I mean, the fact that we didn't reverse here, like we should have reversed. Instead of reversing, we're actually pushing down more. This could mean it's a successful breakdown. We're just in a downtrend. May switch gears here. May start switching gears here. Tough to say. I mean, I don't know. I don't see much conviction, even this downtrend. Trading range indicator still marking a trading range here for the higher time frame. 5 minutes, strong bear bar ending near a little follow through. Some follow through here. There is follow through, a little bit. Tough to say. Not sure which way I want to trade here. Getting choppy, overlapping bars. 1, 2, 3, 4 overlapping bars in a row. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna bank on any breakout tonight or today. It does trigger that trap. Perfect scalp trap. Again, too far away from 20 MA for my taste. This too choppy. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overlapping bars in a row now. Even though we're below the 20 MA, and chances are we're probably gonna go push down harder. Probably go down further, but it's just hard to say. When it starts to get choppy like this, we might come back to the top of the trading range here. Thanks, dude, for subscribing to my channel. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. Make sure you scalp that like button. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm being sarcastic. It's because there's this like notification when anyone subscribes, and I can't turn it off. And it's super annoying. So every time someone subscribes, of course I appreciate it. I do. But at the same time, it's super annoying because it keeps popping up these notifications. And so, you know, if you don't like this stream and you want to become a nuisance, just hit that sub button. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bars overlapping in a row. Another push down. Small risk if you want to go short here, but in my opinion, I'm just sitting on my paws. Right, doesn't even touch the 20 MA. It could be showing strength from the bears, but in my opinion, when you have this much overlap, it means it's choppiness. It can go 50-50. Yeah, I try to turn it off on Streamlabs. I keep trying to like disconnect Streamlabs to my OBS. It's probably I gotta figure it out. Chuckle asks, I want to know if it's ES. Yes, this is the E-mini. We trade only one instrument here, the E-mini, and like I mentioned, we come right back to the top of the trading range because we're so choppy. So choppy here. Like you know, a lot of people probably thought we're gonna just really push down hard, but it's just too choppy for me. Unsure what's gonna happen. Higher time frames, right? Strong bear bar, but look it's just go sideways, no follow through. 5 minute as well. Strong bear bar, very little follow through. In fact, reversal here. Hard to trade this in my opinion. I don't have a setup. Maybe take this higher low. Don't know. I'll take a trap trade to the long side. I'll go long here if it's a trap trade. A, B, C trap. To go long. Looking for any reason to go for a reversal here. No setups though. Market's being stingy. They're not giving us our setup. You can only take what the market gives you, and if it doesn't give you your setup, you just nothing. You're not missing anything because there's nothing to miss. In order for you to miss something, it has to be there. Do appreciate you guys scalping that like button. Over 100 likes now. Do appreciate that. Those who are joining from Trades by Matt, I'm buy money, and we trade pure price action. Unlike Matt, who does like delta divergences, we trade pure price action. We believe that in every single candle, right? All we need to know is all the information given to us through these candles here, and for us, you know, any indicators lagging, unless you use the actual price action, that is the most up-to-date information you can get. So this is why we trade pure price action here. The particular setup we look for is a two-legged pullback. It's a setup that looks like this: is 2 pushes down or even 2 pushes up. And we look for this setup because the market loves to move in twos. And so once the market makes these two-legged moves, oftentimes it reverses because that move is done, making its own two-legged move right afterwards. Right? Oftentimes markets look like this. And we use that to our advantage to trade the E-mini. And if you can find these two-legged pullbacks in the right context, you're talking about a 90% probability to make a point in the E-mini. And so on screen here, all we have are the only indicator that we have is a two-legged pullback indicator. It's one that tells you where all the two-legged pullbacks are. And so with all these numbers, basically dark green, dark red numbers are two-legged pullback. So we have a two-legged pullback here. It's a lower high setup. Context wise, I don't know if I like it. I kind of want to go long here, but yeah, so not every second entry is created equal. If you want more information about the setup, you can go to the description below. Their playlist going over the details of how to count legs, right? How to identify second entries. And so these, since I'm getting a lot of new people joining, I just want to give you guys a gist of what's happening here. And we trade only one single instrument. Matt, he trades NASDAQ. We trade the E-mini and the E solely. And we only trade, this one setup. So one setup, one instrument. Try to keep things simple as possible. Also, we trade risk-free by trading Apex funded traders. I know Matt, he does a top step. I believe that Apex is far superior in terms of its deals, and the type of trading you can do. This is a lot more laxed, and so and customer service has just been superb. One of the best customer service I've ever seen. And so, we use Apex funded traders, and that's what we do here. So, I think Matt top step, it costs like $600 to get like a 300K account. With Apex, it's like $300 or $350. But you gotta use the coupon that's inside the top of the chat or the bottom of the screen. Let me get a trap trade here to go long. I'm gonna set up my pause here. What coin is this? This is called the Panda coin, and it's the most liquid coin ever. Aaron Core says I can't see red PNL. Ooh, must be colorblind. I don't know. Maybe I'd probably keep it red, but maybe I'll change it. Andre B. Looks like he's killing it. I would say that if you do post like a trade that you want to take, you just have to give a little reason why you want to take the trade. Duncan Cotton says it's $350 for a 100K account. That's a joke. I mean, Apex with prop firms like Apex, I don't know how Top Step can compete with $350 for a 100K account. I mean, 100K account on Apex is like $100, like $150, half that price. Isaac says making $300 to $500 a day. Seeing these people make thousands makes you question that it's enough. Do you ever struggle to keep in touch with reality of the money you make or lose? You know, when you hear traders make thousands of dollars, like, don't let that bother you. You know, what you should do is just focus on being profitable. If you can make $300, $500 a day, that's very good. You know, if you're on average and that you're including your losses, then that is actually very, very good in my opinion. And so for me, what I like to do is I have Apex, and the nice thing about Apex is they have this thing called a trade copier. And so if you can make $300, $500 a day, you know, and if you have, and the reason why the trade copier is nice on Apex is because you got multiple accounts. And so if you have like 4 accounts, then if you make $300, $500 a day at the end of the year, that means you'll be making $500,000. You can be making $500,000 a year with just four accounts, and if you can make $300, $500 a day, that's only if you can make $300, $500 a day and be consistent. So I mean, I've gone through all the math already, and all the pandas know, like, it's real, man. The math does not lie. Like, when the pandas see my accounts and see how much money I'm making, it's like all the pandas are just like, they're pumped. They're like, let's do this, man. We're ready to do this. I mean, the opportunity is right now. Like, you can do this. Nathaniel just finished his 150K evaluation. Let's go, baby. Hey, show some love to Nathaniel. Pandas. Congrats. It's always nice to have someone passing the evaluation. Last week, most of you guys thought you traded a level 4 to 6. We do have a higher low set up here, but as you can see, this is a trading range now, and this higher low, it might not be the best long to take. It might be better to take the short trade back to the bottom of the trading range. But also on the higher time frames, we are at the bottom of the trading range, so we may come back all the way up to the top of the trading range. And like I mentioned, like, it could easily happen 80% of the time where we break down and come back up. Chalka Adil says, why does my ES look different than your chart? Well, if you're looking at tick charts, some tick charts look different depending on how you set it up. And so, depending on how you set it up, you know, our charts can be a little different. I use like the recommended settings that NinjaTrader has. I forgot to look for the link, but there is like a forum post of like the settings you should use for the tick charts to be as like, I don't know, consistent as possible. Donald Smith says, I have two 50K accounts with trade copier and doing well. Let's go, baby. That's all it takes. You know, once you have two and you start to multiply that by 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, right? Even, you know, just having 10 50K accounts, that's amazing. Andy says, failed eval but overtraining. I hit profit target and got greedy. The thing about the evals, like, there's no reason to trade once you hit the profit target. Like, in terms of, like, you're not getting that money. Like, even if you make more money than the profit target, you're not, like, getting it. And so, in my opinion, if you hit the target, it is imperative that you guys just start trading micros, right? Trade one micro contract and just go in and out of your trade, and that's it. And you just keep doing that until you hit your 10 days. And that will be sufficient, and then you can get funded. And when you get funded, that's when you start to really trade. I've had no setups that I really liked here today. I mean, it's just too choppy. I mean, when you have all of this happening here and all of this and even this right now, overlapping bars, outside bar reversals, it's hard to find setups, right? When you have this much, like, these many wicks, and I don't like it. This looks gross. It's like barbed wire. Don't trade in barbed wire. You'll get chopped up. You get sliced up. I feel like today might be one of those lessons where you just sit on your paws and just realize that the market cycle is just not kind to retail traders today. See, a lot of you guys are trying to eval. A lot of you guys are trading your personal funds. Let me know in the chat, if you trade your personal funds, why not get funded funds with a trade copier? I'm curious, like, if you can bolster your gains just with a trade copier, why not? If you're already trading your personal funds, I'd just like to know if there's like a reason. Like, for me, it's hard to find an actual reason to not have at least a couple Apex accounts or any prop firm account. Of course, I prefer Apex. I've been with them for a while, and their deals are the best price and the best, you know, rules, I think, and I just best, you know, really good support. There's nothing I don't like about them. The one thing I don't like is not even an Apex thing, it's a Rhythmic thing, which is like their software, which a lot of prop firms use to validate your trades. Oh boy. This is hard to trade. I don't know what to do here. Oh, I see. Jenny always uses Trade-O-Bait. Okay. I like Trade-O-Bait. Second Clam says, once you pass your Apex thing, are you legally a professional trader? I don't think so. I think you're just considered the way that, you know, at least in the eyes of the IRS, you're a contractor, independent contractor. Mark Landon wishes, because I don't have to pass anything to lose my own money. And that's the thing. It's like the best part about prop firms is the fact that you're losing someone else's money. Like you're not risking your own money. So I mean, that's the first thing that drew me to it. The second thing that drew me to it is the power of the trade copier. I mean, Apex with the trade copier, that thing is, I'm not even kidding. It's a game changer. It's a life changer. It's like one of those life changing things, you know, that could really change your life actually. And I'm not even like trying to like, I'm not trying to be you know, an influencer that's, you know, just have Lambos all day. Anyone who's been following me for a while now knows that I'm not a big believer in that. I think that trading is difficult and it takes time, and if you think you're gonna get rich quick doing this, you're not. But with that being said, with the trade copier, yes, you can get rich quick, but also you have to put in the time and effort to be good enough so you can actually be consistently profitable. And yeah, the way that Apex set up its rules is like, you know, they're trying to make it so you can trade for them long term. You know, so they kind of like slow release the first $10,000 of withdrawing, and so that takes like, you can like, it'll take about 3 months to pull out the first 10,000. I'll say around about 3 months. All you need is knowledge. Knowledge. Isaac says, can you trade Apex in TradeAway? I believe you can. You can trade Apex in TradeAway, but I don't know if you can use a trade copier. Trade copier is specific for NinjaTrader. By the way, there's always a slight delay. Oh, okay. Chelka, he doesn't understand. But there's a slight delay when it comes to YouTube. There's a native delay. Like, there's nothing I can do about that. It's about 20-second delay. And it'll always be there for YouTube. It's not something I do. It's something that happens on YouTube's end. The only, like, real super live trading you can get is, like, through Discord. Ritzy is struggling with something that every trader struggles with, and it's just pure impatience. Like, he knows the right thing to do, but he doesn't want to do it because it's gonna just take too long. So I always like to play 3-1 or 2-1 runners, but the SL range is too big. Should I just play one contract and pass this eval? But I don't feel like sitting in front of the computer for one contract. If you can pass the eval, it's worth it. One contract, maybe two contracts. Yeah, Apex, you can use it for like almost like, there's like 1,000 brokers I think they're compatible with. Notice on the higher time frame how we broke below the trading range, failed breakdown, and coming back up. Like I mentioned, 80% of the time this is going to happen, and then basically you have a 50-50 is going to come back up and be a failed breakout or failed breakdown. Strong reversal, probably come back to the top of the trading range on the higher time frames. I personally don't have a setup still, so like I'm not gonna go long here. That's not a setup that I like. There's no entries here, so days like this, it's just like it's hard to find an entry even. I don't know what's happening. I mean, I feel like it's gonna go up to the top of the trading range, so I'm willing to go long here, but a lot of price action has to happen. We need a two-leggy. Basically, this is what we're looking for. Two-leggy back, small pullback, right? Two-legged pullback. Exactly what it sounds like, right? Strong push up, looking for two legs down. Right, one leg, first entry, second leg. First pullback, second, or first entry, second pullback, second entry. That's how we count this, identify these. Or I could say ABC pattern, that's what I like to say. It's the easiest, in my opinion. Or we like to call it two-leggy. Two-leggy. Second entry long. But we need all this price action to happen. You can only take what the market gives you, and the market doesn't give us our second entry long here. There's nothing to trade. That's what we're waiting for. Let's see if we get our second entry long. See if the market is generous enough to give this to us. Chuckle, you cannot copy my trades. Look at the top right of the screen. It says, "Do trade at your own risk." Do not copy my trades. You're gonna be trading 20 seconds behind if you do. Second entry long, possibly here, actually. So I drew this out, and we might actually get our setup. Second entry long. This would be my first setup. We got a second entry long, pandas. Whatever happens now, when anything happens, any reversal at this point, the second entry long, it's gonna be an outside bar reversal. Don't do it. I hate outside bar reversals. It's an outside bar reversal. I'm skipping it. I hate outside bar reversals. If this goes up, it goes up. I'm just not taking the outside bar reversal for today. Outside bar reversals are just choppiness. What do I mean by outside bar reversal? In this one bar, we pushed down and we pushed up, right? We basically went below this bar and then above this bar. Outside bar reversal. And if you went long there, pandas, you just got stopped out. Most likely, this is your stop here. You got stopped out. This is why I don't like outside bar reversals, pandas. That's why I sit on my pause. Looking to go long here, though. Attach it to the indicator, so if it does move down, I'll be able to instantly move my stop order. I'm looking to go long here, pandas. It's getting a little choppy, but I like the setup. I like the second entry line. I like the Pikachu trade here. It's above the 20 MA, but I like the fact that we're most likely going to hit the top of the trading range on the higher time frames. Like, this is an uptrend in my opinion. Looking to go long. Looking for 2 points here. This could get me. Could have been too choppy. Unfortunate. Or not. Or yes. It might be too choppy. I may skunk this trade if it takes too long to make. If it makes like another bar. It looks good. Looks promising. I want 2 points here. One, 2, 3, 4 point risk. Looking for 2 points with 4 point risk. Touches my target. Let's go, baby. Easy peasy, easy money. Wow, just touches my target and bounces off of it. There's our $100 for today. There's our bamboo. Oh man, it didn't come easy, to be honest. It didn't come easy. Notice that, like, if you went on the outside bar reversal, you got stopped out and then finally goes the way that you originally wanted to go. That's the nature of these choppy days. It'll like stop you out, then finally go the way you want to go. And you notice that you knew that today was gonna be choppy just by the price action. I don't need an indicator to tell me it's gonna be choppy today. I can just look at the bars and say, wow, overlapping bars. Most likely choppy day today. It's that easy. Notice on the higher time frames, we're coming to the top of the trading range. By the way, if you want more information about the two-legged pullback indicator or the trading range indicator, you can go to the official website at www.twoleggedpullback.com. The official website for the two-legged indicator. Coming to the top of the trading range on the trading range indicator. As I mentioned, most likely, I mean, on choppy days, the trading range indicator is it is a thing of beauty. The 5-minute chart, where you thought we're gonna break down, you thought we're gonna be in downtrend. Everyone was saying, "Oh, there's no reason to go long. There's nothing to go long for." And lo and behold, we are choppy, coming right back up all the way to the top of the trading range here. Very close. Russell H says, yuck, I can't believe you took that trade, Pando. Glad it worked out for you. If you know the market cycle we're in, that's not a bad trade to take. The one thing bad about it, I think it's just too far away from 20 MA. But other than that, the setup was good. The market cycle was good. And there's like little tricks that you learn once you trade long enough. Is that when you have something that fails like this and it comes back and actually does a trap like afterwards, this little setup, this little thing that happens here, that's actually very, very reliable trade to go long here. Because of what had happened here, it's kind of hard to explain, but basically what happens is that you have this outside bar reversal where you would have the trap trigger here, but it actually fails, reverse, it stops you out, and then the trap triggers later here, right? You can see with this magenta box with the 3. And when I saw that, I thought this is a very high probable trade. But of course, you also have right far away from 20 MA and actually overlapping bars where we have the trading range indicator also showing us that. But I like the market cycle. I thought it was worth trading. Isaac asks, how many accounts do you have linked to the trade copier, or is that member info? That is actually really polite that you asked that. That asked if it was member. It is member info. I have a lot. I'll just say that. But it is member info. They know exactly how many I do have. And they know exactly how much is in every account that I have. Everything is pretty much. It's just for people who I know would want to support me. And I honestly only want to share that kind of like vulnerable information with people I know who support me. This, like, people think I'm trying to create like paywall and I'm trying to like just get more money from you guys, and I really could care less how much money I make on the memberships. It's like it's coffee, right? It's just coffee donation. But for me, it's actually more the personal aspect where I just don't feel comfortable telling people how much money I make unless I know they support me. And I think it's just true with anyone. You don't really tell people. You don't go around telling people, yeah, my salary and how much money you make, and you don't tell them that unless you trust them. So it's the same idea. It's just like amplified. Because if I were to be vulnerable and there's people who are actually out to be against you and to hate on you, then that feeling is like one of the worst feelings you can have. Being vulnerable with people who hate you. Outside bar reversal, another one, right? We had an outside bar reversal here, outside bar reversal here. It's just choppy, and honestly, like, we're at the top of the trading range, pandas. Like, higher time frames, and we're back to the top, the 5 minute, back to the top of the trading range, bottom to the top. It's a pretty large range today. Also, probably like one of the most valuable things, and also the congrats on the 10% who are funded actually with Apex. I do feel like it's actually kind of difficult to become funded. The reason why is because they make the eval difficult, and the eval is difficult for a reason. If a company's going to give you money to trade, they want to make sure you know how to trade, and so then that's why the evaluation's a bit difficult. And I want to say like that makes sense. About 10% pass rate for the evaluations to get funded. I would say that's probably around 10%. That means 90% fail to pass the evaluations, and so it makes sense about 10% to be funded. REITs. Oh, REITs just became Panda. Okay, that's different. Do appreciate you becoming Panda. I thought it was subscribe. REITs, do appreciate your support. Enjoy your green name. Enjoy your two-legged pullback badges and forms over time. Enjoy your Panda emoticons. Enjoy the pre-market show that we have at 9 o'clock every single day. Go over all my off-stream trades. Go over all my account balances. And if you want access to it, make sure you go to the channel and you should have access to a members tab. Pandas, give REITs a nice warm welcome here. Whew, big push up. Still pushing up here. Touches yesterday's close. REITs, let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. The setups are... It's not that many setups today, though. I'll just say that. I mean, this is tricky. This is really tricky. I mean, there is a second entry short here, but it's just tricky. It's just going in and out of the 20 MA. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. I'd like to get into one more trade if I could, but let's see. Try 150 has just become a member. Hey, appreciate it. Thank you. Try 150. Enjoy your green name. Enjoy your two-legged pullback badge as it forms over time. Enjoy your Panda emoticons and enjoy the pre-market show. I'll see you guys there tomorrow at 9 a.m. It's on every single day at 9 a.m. before the main stream. Main stream starts at 9:15. Pandas, let's give a warm welcome to Try One here. And what do we have here now? Once we break out of the trading range, we come back in. Most likely fail breakout. And we can just be in here the entire day today, creating a doji bar on the daily chart. The higher time frames. The 5-minute chart, right? Bottom of the trading range to the top of the trading range. Could come right back to the bottom of the trading range. But huge risk, right? If you're gonna go short here, your risk is like more than 10 points. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 point bar here. That's absolutely insane if you can take that much risk. It's a lot of risk to take. Even though high probable trade to go short here, the risk is large. Big push down. We had a spike in channel forming here, and this channel just broke down. Again, it's not something I would go short in. This is like, you need more on that first breakout. For first breakdown, typically you look for a new high. Yeah, I mean, most likely come back to the bottom of this trading or this channel and create a trading range here. So it typically happens on spiking channels. just watching. Got no setup here. I mean, obviously people are making money here. It's just I think one thing that helps when you think of any trade you enter in is considering the trader's equation, and that kind of changed the way I thought about trading with every single kind of setup. Got a two-leggy here, but it's pretty strong downtrend and most likely gonna hit the bottom of this channel. Alright, pandas. For me, kind of boring day. As in, like, setups. Kind of knew it was going to be, like, kind of choppy. A lot of reversals, right? Big reversals, too. Right? A lot of reversals happening here. And, kind of always got to be on guard on days like this. Right? When I saw these, like, multiple outside bar reversals, it's just not having it. Making $100, it's not bad. That translates to, you know, depending on how many accounts you have, that $100 could be like $1,000, could be $2,000. I'm just saying, like, whatever you see here is not like the actual amount. But that, you know, to be fair, when I lose money, that's not the actual amount of money I'm losing either. So, you know, you gotta be fair. You gotta be fair. So that's why for me, I'm happy with $100. You know, with $100, you know, you can be done. That's a beautiful thing about scalping and the Apex trade copier. You can actually be done with $100 and still make a fortune. Like at the end of the year, still make a fortune. Como Fafa 21. So why do you have several accounts instead of just trading more contracts? It's all about risk, capital, cash management. You're spreading your risk across multiple accounts. So let's say I have 4 accounts. Is it better to trade 4 contracts on one account or one contract across 4 accounts? and the outcome might be similar. But the thing is, especially you have like a trailing threshold, and not only that, in general, yeah, like you're gonna have a trailing threshold. You're gonna have some sort of threshold, and so in order for you not to get to bust your accounts or to blow up your accounts, you need to trade appropriate amount of contracts per um, appropriate amount of contracts per per account or whatever capital you have. So if you're spreading your risk across 4 accounts rather than putting it all in one account, and that just makes it like that much. It's 4 times more difficult to bust all your accounts if you spread them across 4 accounts. It's very easy to bust your account if you trade 4 contracts on one account. Trust me, I know. I've actually already done it. So I will just say this though: if you cannot make $100 a day at least, you will not. Basically, if you cannot be profitable for at least $100 a day, right, and that's including your losses and your wins, then you're just in general, you will never make money in the market. You cannot make money in the market. If you're not profitable, then you're not gonna make money in the market. This is by definition. And so you can have 1,000 accounts, and it doesn't matter if you can't make $100 a day at least consistently. Then forget about making $1,000 a day. It's just not gonna happen. You have to, another outside bar reversal. I would have considered taking this, but the outside bar reversal ends on its high, so actually might still be a good long trade. But sitting on my pause here. But yeah, that's the truth, and it might hurt. But if you can't make $100 a day, don't expect to make $1,000 a day, and don't expect to be profitable with one account or 100 accounts. It doesn't matter. If you can't make $100 a day, then you don't expect to make $1,000 a day. Todd at Stone City Outlaw says, to run your two-legged pullback program, do you need to purchase a license from MT? You don't have to purchase a license to use a two-legged pullback, but if you want to use automated trading, which comes with the deluxe edition, then yes, you'll need a higher version than the free version. You can use a simulated version, but you just need one that's not you need one higher than just the free version. Also, if you do Apex, you get a free license. So for those who are interested, and don't want to commit to the lifetime license or any license for NinjaTrader, if you sign up for Apex with the eval account, that's a free license for you. You can trade with their license, and that's another nice thing about Apex. Free license with NinjaTrader, you can save yourself $1,000. Crystal says, I'm on day one, Apex 150 eval up 1.2 thousand on 4 contracts per trade, but I think I'm being too aggressive trading 4 contracts. Let's go, baby. Hey, congrats. At least you're killing it on the 100. I believe the 150K passing is like 7,500, something like that. That's really good. But yeah, I mean, I would say I'm trading 1 contract with $300,000 accounts, and even for me, like I feel almost zero stress whenever I enter a trade. And if I lose, I lose. I just move on. I really don't care. And I enter trades that I typically would be more scared to enter, because of if I had too many contracts. But with 1 contract, I'm actually more willing to enter like these really high probable trades that for some reason I would be scared to enter with higher contracts. I think probably because the risk is too big. Really high probable trades, but the risk is too large, so I typically pass or skip them. All right, pandas. Wayne Bignell says, I use my lifetime license. Can you trade a personal live account if you are using the Apex license? I believe you can, but you have to look at your connection to make sure you're connected with your your license, not Apex license. And I mean, the nice thing is obviously if you can trade both your personal and Apex, you can do both, right? You can have your trade copier, trade your personal account, and also trade Apex, and you know you can multiply your profits by tenfold, let's say. And I know people are saying, well, you can also lose tenfold, but what are you really losing? You're only losing, right? You're not risking any of your own capital, so you're actually not losing anything. So it's all gain, in my opinion. It's all positive. So yeah, as long as like you withdraw the money to realize that gain, then it's all good. All right, pandas. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow, 9 o'clock for the pre-market show. If you're a panda, make sure you click the channel button and go to the membership tab. You should see a link there. 9:15 for the mainstream. I'll see you guys all tomorrow morning, bright and early. And as always, happy trading. God bless. Bye.